Are we? Are we? I see the circle spinning. Shee, yeah, yeah,
I'm at the
yeah,
door. Knock, knock,
yeah.
knock, knock. Oh, it opened.
Is this
It
thing
opened.
on?
Trick or treat. Trick or treat.
Trick or treat. Well, trick or treat. Pull up a chair. Episode 89. We are back to kick off a blessed, wonderful, beautiful, very sunny outside, sleepless Saturday. And we got the good super fried Snuka pulling up to join your captain speaking, Mr. El Tucker Tente, diving into the simulation on this fine Saturday. Thank you for joining us, Snuka.
And if I go to a house on trick or treat on Halloween and their lights on, and they come and give me some whack stuff, you know.
Well, we grew up in the same neighborhood together, and I know that there was a lot of crazy bullshit given out. So let's just start off with that. What's some of the craziest shit that you've gotten trick-or-treating? I got AAA batteries before. And oddly enough, I was really shocked by it, mostly because those are actually valuable where we're from.
Okay, so real talk, not different years, but occurrences. Potato.
Damn, I never got the russet.
An egg. Where do you think that went?
Right back at the house.
Yeah, oh, thank you. You give me an egg?
That's good shit.
Egg. Oh, okay. An egg. What do you... you want a new paint job on your house.
Or car.
And then like $1.50 and change. Not even kidding.
Not even quarters, probably.
Not
either,
even
right?
kidding. I think it was like dimes and
had to be some dimes and some nicks in there.
I think it was mainly probably like 2 quarters and dime, but it was like old dude, respect the guy because he was an older man. I'm sorry, I didn't know the light was on.
I got
I don't have candy. Larry went into his pocket.
I got like sewing thread before. And I was like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, literally got like sewing thread. Well, and I was like, what?
See, this where it could have came in.
And it wasn't like that much either. Like, it was maybe enough to like.
But it was the universe.
Semi-fix this burn hole.
That was the universe trying to be like, hey, oh shit, I could learn how to sew. And if you did, then you could have seen this hoodie up, proper, and you would have had to fit in a little more snug.
Hey, fat guy in a little coat, skinny guy in a big crew neck.
Well, to be fair, online ordering, some sizes, they be lying. You look and they're like, hey, here's our chart, large. I'm medium to a large, depending. Some mediums run small on me, so I don't like it, but some larges are too baggy and I hate it. So it's like,
remember what ASAP Ferg said though? Skinny gentleman, but my dick long. Pause.
Well, yeah, I'm Italian, though. What you mean?
I was talking about me.
Oh, hey, I don't know about you.
Hey, you.
I only speak on me. That's all I know. I ain't
this is November. This ain't June.
I ain't Jerry Jones, bro.
Woo! We are cooking already. Well, happy Halloween, everybody out there. Originally, we were going to wear masks. However, those masks, they fit us when we were 15.
Yeah.
Well, they no longer fit our faces. I was getting a migraine big time trying to wear my purge mask, so it's just going to chill over there on the buzz for a while.
I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I completely forgot mine because I had to do some extra stuff before leaving the house and those tasks. I was like, oh, yeah, the mask. And then 15 minutes later, walk the dog, this, that, and that. That mask did not make the car.
That happens when you live in the stoner life.
And we did talk about doing it for the Halloween event.
Well,
but it's also after Halloween now. So it's like out of our head.
And
so, but imagine if we did it like the 29th.
Oh, we would have been on it.
I would have remembered the mask because it's like, oh, Halloween in 2 days. It's not like, oh, Halloween's passed.
Right now we got turkey and stuffing on our minds.
As soon as the holiday is passed, deuces. I'm done with it.
Well, what was some of your favorite costumes? You may not be in costume now, but growing up, what was some of your favorites? I got my favorites. I got my Rushmore of my costumes.
So I'm not gonna go I'm gonna go in top 5 like iconic costume pieces, like throughout like our generation.
I know my favorite. Just
one was the Scream mask with the blood.
Gas.
That one all time.
That's a popular one.
That's when it was our generation though. When it first hit, a
lot of motherfuckers in the headlands rolling around. Now we're doing
I'm not even putting purge mask in there because now it's so overdone.
Yeah.
V for Vendetta mask, not purge mask. The V for Vendetta. The dude with the nice mustache and
he had that smirk going. R.I.P. Or not R.I.P. Free Smirkio.
This one. And he had a nice
Kind of had the smile look going.
Triangle goatee.
Kind of had that smile look going.
If you haven't seen that movie, y'all go check it out.
Definitely go check it out. That's a cult classic.
So Scream.
Well, I do think about the Jason ones that were pulled off well. Because there were some people that literally just bought like the $5 plastic hockey mask, which is cool. But then there's some people that actually went like all out with it.
So I did that one year because my dad had the blue mechanic.
I think I remember that.
The full jumpsuit. And I did. So like if you get the jumpsuit.
I was Jigsaw with a sombrero and called myself Frito Bandito.
Yeah, my dad didn't let me take a real knife walking around.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, you're not wrong. We got more candy.
All right, 2 per trick-or-treater. Make it 3.
He gets 5.
In fact, here's the bag. We gotta turn the light off now, honey.
So all right. Random side cut for Halloween trick-or-treating. If there's a bowl, when I was a kid, teenager years, full.
That is what showed character at a young age.
I did until I was like 13, 14, 15, 16 range. Because I still went. I would just put on a mask. I don't care. Oh, please take one. But I waited until after 7:30 to dump the bucket. So it was like all the kids were already done because it's 6 to 8. So I would run the streets the last half hour. And if they had a bucket out, like, oh, please take. Oh, king size?
Huh. See, with me, it depended on what was in the bucket. Like if it was Nestle Crunches, those are probably gone off it. But I wouldn't dump the whole bucket necessarily, but I would take a slew. To the point where like if the dad or whatever came out, he'd be like, "Oh wow, a lot of kids came by." But really, it was just
why
me
I did
that
it
took
at
like
the
30
end.
crunch
I did it at the end though. I didn't dump. All right, my first 4 houses, I'll take the one piece. But after 7:30, when all the kids everyone's already done walking.
You're like, let's see, was everybody else honorable?
We jog in the streets. We're literally moving.
It is crazy to think that we grew up though, like where we grew up, and like people actually had an honor system with that. Because you'd think it's gone off rip.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. When we went to go move, we put that basketball hoop at the corner of the driveway. You couldn't take a piss as fast as a fucking pickup truck came by and picked that bitch up.
Oh, y'all throw it away. Oh, what? Okay.
And he used the bathroom. We're trying to load the.
You see him dragging it from the back of the truck. Just go, 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 go.
You're like, there's a hole in the backboard.
Oh, he almost said
this is barely suitable for me. But yeah, no. Happy Halloween though. It is always great trickling down memory lane, especially when it comes to spooky season. But like you said, it is now November. We are in turkey season, but we're also in election season. We do got an election year. Now, we are going to dance the fine line. We're finally going to talk about it a little bit. But I think it's safe to say, just a weed bit, but I do think it's safe to say that we're not going to indulge per se who we're voting for. We're just going to call it down the middle and have some fun, right?
We're speaking our opinions and our views.
Based on the entertainment that we're seeing on our screens.
And I don't care who you vote for, your political views, your ideologies.
Second that.
If you don't, like, if it doesn't cause my life harm.
And we're just having some fun with it.
Well, yeah.
So, when we were talking a little bit about pre-pod during this week, where would you like to start with it? Appreciate the love, by the way. Thank you for hitting those bells, likes, comments. We appreciate the love always.
I'll start it with, I had watched the Joe Rogans with Trump and JD Vance. I didn't know much about JD, to be honest.
Now, I've only seen JD on Theo Von, and I've seen Trump on 6 Feet Under. And I think I saw him on Logan Paul. Yeah, Logan Paul, and I think maybe somewhere else.
What I took from him going on Theo's is, he can sit down and just know he can bullshit. Because I'm not taking anything on Theo's podcast.
Theo Von literally was talking about he goes, we used to be a proper country. We can't do cocaine anymore. Right there.
Yeah, he's like, well, yeah. He's like, you don't say that, but yeah, it's true.
Then he was like asking about it. He's like, you were really hooked on that stuff? You're really hooked on it?
So with the Joe Rogan podcast, they were just having conversation, but there were times where they actually talked about their backgrounds or whatever. Like, oh, Trump, when he was, well, let me see your ear. He literally, he's like, hey, let me see. He's like, oh yeah, I do see, all right, but Joe Rogan was one that came and was like, he said, no, where did it hit you?
He said, let me see your
Yeah, he's like, there's a controversy. He's like, let me see. All right.
That's fucking cool.
But it's just, to me, it was like, oh, it gave the human aspect type of thing. Like, you saw them sit down, just have
Human behavior.
just a conversation. Like, not political robot. Like, it wasn't even like political campaign talks. It was just them talking. Like, oh, how you like golf? How you do this? Like that. He's like, you were golfing 2 days after you got shot in the ear? He's like,
did you tune into the debate by chance? Because I thought the debate was interesting. When it was Kamala versus Trump.
It was interesting, but
because I didn't watch the full debate. I only saw clips, but I did watch a decent portion.
I listened to it. I didn't watch it because I was at work. I listened to it the next day, just because I saw so many headlines and shit. So I wanted to see like.
They went headline for headline,
but I didn't want to take.
That's what that debate was all about.
And all the headlines took something out of context from both persons.
Oh, well, not only that, but what they were saying,
right?
You didn't even have to take out of context, and they still took it out of the context, which is crazy.
The only thing, like,
because they were saying some wild shit. Like when I say they were going headline for headline, if I didn't know any better, it was a work. And Kamala and Trump, before they went out, said, all right, here's the deal. We're going to debate for a little bit. And then once we run out of our knowledge, what we're going to do is that I'm going to say something crazy.
We're going to bicker.
And then you're going to say something crazier. And then I'm going to top that. And we're just going to end the debate when somebody says the craziest shit. And it came down to Kamala going, all right, damn it, I'm running dry. All right, Trump kills children. Boom. And then Trump said, that's pretty good. Hold on there, dude. Hold on there. And then Trump said, I got this one. Haitian immigrants, illegals, are eating cats and dogs in Springfield, Ohio. Boom. Drop the mic.
Which, from people.
And Kamala was like, yeah, I got nothing for that.
So I did research into that because I was like, damn, Ohio people like that. So,
one police call.
There actually has been.
Really?
Yes, in multiple reports.
It's like 28 days later going down in Springfield, Ohio.
It's like from like
Dawn of the Dead with cats and dogs.
Can I finish my statement?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I was about to get frustrated. It dates back like 2 years ago. Police reports of my cat missing, and then this person stole my cat out the yard. So eating and. Now there's new videos of people cooking the cats on grills. Yes, there are videos online. Go on Twitter.
Springfield, Ohio.
Yes, Haitians. But that's all right.
Wow, what a diet.
I mean, this. I think the city had a population of like 25 to 30,000 people, and like 20,000 Haitian immigrants went there. So it's like,
they overpopulated it.
You doubled the population damn near, and it's like. They don't have homes, and they see ducks and cats walking around in their country. Like, that's food. Like,
live off the land.
Hey, nice meal, cool. Like, where's Mittens? And look across the street, and you see it on a grill, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, but at the end of the day,
fuck, where's Mittens? Neighbor across the street. Hey guys, we're having a barbecue. If you want to come by later, wide variety.
Like I didn't.
You walk over, Mittens.
I don't take the.
He's course number 2.
I hate how like debates have gotten away from each candidate talking about like their policies.
Oh, we're long gone from that.
I'm like that's why I don't even care about it anymore.
We're long gone from that. Policies.
The only thing I'll say is I didn't like. I like the fact checking, but it was very biased against Trump because Kamala,
which was also hilarious, even in the vice presidential debate. JD Vance got mad at the fact checker because he fact checked him. He's like, "Come on, man." And he's like, "I'm just doing my job."
Well, I felt it. Well, Kamala literally came out and said there are no soldiers in any active war zone.
That's funny.
And they didn't stop her and say, "Oh, that's a lie." And literally, soldiers.
Why would you?
People went on TikTok like, "Hey guys, I guess we're not getting shot at, and we're not getting bombed anymore.
I guess I don't exist.
I guess we get to go home, huh?" Oh, like so, like that one.
They probably heard that. Like, all right, guys, cool, pack it up.
But that one thing, them not fact checking and it being a huge, blatant, ignorant lie. But them fact checking every little thing of Trump, that's what made it very clear to me. Like,
so you said 212 pounds. We weighed you ahead of time. It was 211.5.
Yeah,
throwing it out there,
buddy.
Okay.
weird. Why are you going up in weight? Are you trying to give yourself more muscle? Like,
Are you hiding drugs? He's hiding drugs.
I'm not gonna say they didn't fact check her at all, but when they didn't come out, even after the debate, come out and like correct that, it was like, yo, what do you literally just let her say? We have no active soldiers in any active war zone, combat zone. Oh, so you just don't even. You're the vice president, active vice president.
Running for
presidency. You should know if we have soldiers in a combat zone or not.
I mean, does she? Does she have to know?
Every American knows we've had a soldier in a combat zone the last 25 years.
Dude, I'd be fire at debates. If I can just say shit.
We're never not in a combat zone. So it's
like, guys, anybody that has any debt, any negative bank account, when you wake up tomorrow morning after you elect me as official president of the United States, you're going to be in the positive. All right? You're going to be in the positive. I don't know how it's going to happen, but you're going to be in the positive.
That's literally all that's come down to now is like on commercials. Like, I'm a both sides. I have Trump's is more
political
like,
ads.
His is more comedy ones, and hers is it'll be like, I'm gonna make homes cheaper. I'm gonna do this. I care about you. Aren't you in office the last 4 years as vice president?
We're gonna make this change.
You ain't care about me then. You ain't want to change it when you were in office. You're in office. You could do it.
Well, everybody knows the first 4 years is like just you soak it in, just kind of have some fun, party on. And then you run for the second 4 years. We're like, all right, now I'm actually going to like...
I was just living off
like the building was cool. The free money was awesome.
Y'all were just paying me.
I can golf whenever I want. This helicopter takes me anywhere. No matter the fuel that it emits and the fucking climate that it's destroying.
And yes,
don't even worry about it. We're all right.
I did take a private jet for a 3.5-minute flight. Yes, I did.
I saw she took one for like a minute and a half.
That's what it was, yeah.
Like a minute and 25 seconds.
It was like a 3-mile thing.
Fuck yeah.
Let me fly over that river.
Fuck with that. Fuck. You know what? Fuck Leonardo DiCaprio. That's what that says. That literally says fuck you to Leonardo DiCaprio.
Literally like,
you care about the climate? Fuck you.
Fuck the polar bears. Fuck the polar bears.
Fuck the ice caps. Fuck them all.
Fuck the whales. You know what? Fuck Florida because we want it to flood. Well, that's what we want.
Well, they control it.
That's cool.
If you go by theory.
See,
tinfoil?
It's not tinfoil if it's in documents of heart machines. And
somebody went on their MacBook and said, we want to call this hurricane. Milton? Sure.
Well, I'm not saying the hurricane was. I can't say or.
I think they're working like an analog. He's like, how fast do you want this eye to turn? Really fast? Because I can F5 it. I can category 10 this fucker. Just tell me.
Well, I mean, if you'd be naive to think that there isn't technology to do it when they've done it indoors, like they make hurricanes in a huge warehouse.
But I was about to say, have you ever seen that wind tunnel thing that carries you up?
There's like documents of like federal documents of like heart machine, like pulsations,
EKGs.
It sends a
scientific medical terms, brother.
Fuck, I forget what it was. Basically, it'll send energy like electrons. It'll electrize. What am I trying to say? If you give something electricity or
energize, electrify.
I like this. Not the whale. No.
Whales.
But so it would be they would send like a thing to electrify or basically mess with the atoms, and then it like okay, now there's rain where there wasn't supposed to be rain.
We are not two top-notch chemists, but we are pushing through this right now, brother.
Only because I'm high and I didn't.
We're not low.
Well,
we're not low.
No, but I also it's been a while since
get that
since I've been.
It's been
a while since someone. I brought up the heart machines.
EKGs.
But it's like when it's an actual thing in documents.
I'm a fucking genius.
They literally used it for war. In like Vietnam, they were like, hey, it's like muggy as shit. And like, there's been no rain. Like, we should flood them. Like, they're hiding.
We got to flood the terrain, brother.
Yeah.
We got to swamp them out, dude.
The Viet Cong were in tunnels. They were in dugout tunnels. So if it just rains for 7 days, you're probably
It's gonna rain for 7 days,
and it did.
like The Ring.
No, but that's what I mean is like it was militarized use, literal.
Flood them out, brother.
So why wouldn't they use it for political or?
Oh, it's an
World
election year.
power.
You got to have either a hurricane, a tornado, both, diseases, plagues, fucking epidemics, pandemics, some other emic that I don't even know. But there's a lot of emics, tons of emics, most emics, a lot of emics. Emics are a beautiful thing, wonderful thing, incredible thing, in fact.
Hey, I ain't got a check from Biden. I got a check from Trump. That's all I'm saying.
Biden said we're going to roll out $1,200 a month for 12 months.
He said, "Oh,
just kidding."
He said, "Oh yeah, student loans. What about people that didn't go to college still making a living? What about the
I'm pretty sure at this point he's forgot all about what a student or a loan even is.
What about the blue
Let
collar
alone put them
workers?
both together.
What about the union blue collar? Oh, so just fuck us. We're like, oh, y'all get money for giving. What about my? All right, I'm gonna give.
He goes, blue collar workers. Is that the boy that I saw adjusting the T-shirt in American Eagle?
Wait a minute.
Is he a blue collar worker?
Wait.
Because he was really adjusting that collar because I couldn't figure out how to put that shirt back.
I definitely want to sniff it though.
That's kind of where I was.
Joe, stop. What? He has good cologne. No, Joe.
Damn it, Joe. There you go again. His advisor's just looking at him. Aw, shit. Here we go again.
Oh, shit, CJ.
Well, I know that the lights are on, but no one's home when it comes to Joe Biden's head. However, let's talk about somebody who is now home and the lights are back on.
Just for the
in
record,
the state
that
of
man is
hip-hop.
still active president. And we just ignore the fact that
You just got to glaze right over that, brother.
ignore the fact that they said he is too incompetent to run again.
Ignore it.
But he's not. Okay, so he's.
Does your president have to ride a bicycle? No. But you know who can ride a bicycle? And he's probably riding it through the streets of Atlanta, Georgia right now as we speak. King Slime, Mr. Young Thug is home.
But, okay, yeah. But they literally, like, with Joe, it's like, they literally didn't let him run against Trump because he's not fit.
How can he run? He can't run. He can't barely walk.
But you know what I'm saying. They're literally saying, it's like in elementary school, like, or in high school, I jumped math classes because I was good at math. So I was in honors math.
I just jumped in the middle of math classes. I couldn't figure it out.
But it's like if you were like, hey, this kid's really smart in 3rd grade, he could do 4th grade or 5th grade, you know, bump him up. He's ahead of his blah, blah. And then you get him there and then he sucks. And you're like, nah, just stick with it instead of just going back. It's like, hey, Joe, you can't run for president again, but you can still be president. How does that make sense?
Doesn't have to. It's America, brother.
Like,
we don't make sense. We make sense, dude. It's a shoot, not a work, brother. So with that being said, though, tell you what's not a work. And I'll tell you who wasn't the shooter. Young Thug, because King Slime is home.
Well, he's home.
That man is home. He might have 15 years of probation, and he probably can't rap again forever.
No, he can't.
Because based on his subject matters. But
did you send the? He's allowed to make music. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3. ABC.
He's gonna be doing some kumbaya, but I'm just happy to have him home.
It's gonna be some Jackson 5 shit, but
Well, you happy to have him back? I'm pretty sure hip hop loves him back. We love to have him back. That iconic photo of him giving nuts to Brian Steele, the greatest attorney of this century. The new generation, Johnny Cochran. There, I said it.
I'm ecstatic that they got a new judge in it.
If YSL Woody can't talk, then Young Thug must walk.
No, he did talk.
Barely. That wasn't English, brother. They were asking him questions up there, and he was spinning the block on.
He told him everything, though. He told them everything they wanted to know.
Woody?
Yeah, but he said it in a way that you can't use it against him. He said, they said, oh, well, you told the cops 5 years ago this, this, and this. Well, yeah, I did say that, but that was only because I knew they were pressing, and I knew they literally told me they only want him.
Fine work, YSL Woody.
And then he said, I literally lied to them just to get them off me. So now you can't use anything I said previously because I lied. And then he said, oh, Your Honor, you said I can't, whatever I say can't be used against me? That's correct. Oh, me and him went up and shot up that place.
That's
well,
yeah, shit.
And the judge was really like, well, all right.
We got to keep it off the record.
He shot up the place with whoever it was. Right.
Young Thug, Brian Steele, way to bring him home. Gonna be great having him back. Excited to see what music comes next, but I am waiting patiently.
Shout out to Judge for seeing it, the new judge, and being like, "Hey, this is fucked up. If y'all don't bring some new actual evidence, we're settling this."
Because that did go on for a while.
The last 4 years, however long he's been in there,
like 3-4 years, something like that.
They've just been dragging it out because of his.
I mean, look at YNW Melly's trial. That thing's been going on damn near 10 years at this point. Granted, it's taken so many twists and turns.
Yeah, but
speaking of another,
his song isn't. It's not Thug's music. Where
somebody heard verse 2 of "Murder on My Mind" and said, "That looks awfully like that crime scene we investigated."
It's like one of the songs I think Thug got jammed up with. It was like the lyrics were like, "Oh, we took the Altima or whatever down this street and blah blah and let the 9 spray."
And they're like, "Well,"
and they literally matched up with a shooting and
down to the skid mark.
Right, but they couldn't. Yes, so it was like 50 Cent learned way back in the day about he got taken to court and then he beat the case and was like, all right, it's freedom of speech.
I rap about getting shot at, not shooting at.
And then after that case, he literally made a song. He's like, "No, if you play with me, I'll kill you, and the DA can play this shit. I'll kill you, bitch." So after it was like, well, you gotta know what you're saying. And 50 learned from it because with 6ix9ine, the one he's in, everybody got locked up or arrested that was on this song,
Gunmo or whatever.
And he was like, "No, I said I'm not gang. I'm not this." And he's like, you got.
Speaking of which, did you see? Just side note, real quick, but did you see that 6ix9ine is in the same jail cell as Diddy, or same prison or jail or whatever as Diddy? And R. Kelly's in it too.
Yeah, it's where they.
Bro, that's Arkham Asylum. That's Arkham Asylum at this point.
You don't. There's
those prison guards are fucked up.
Well, there's levels to.
They're probably going insane right now. They're like, "Diddy, we don't have any lube on the commissary. That's the last time I'm gonna tell you." R. Kelly, stop fucking singing. 6ix9ine, just shut the fuck up. They're probably going insane in all three of them. Because 6ix9ine in this situation is like the Riddler. R. Kelly's definitely like the Penguin. And then you got Diddy, who's the Joker. I mean, he literally dressed up as it.
R. Kelly's a Riddler because there was like a video that surfaced. He was out singing the songs in the cafeteria.
I saw in the cafeteria.
That's Riddler. 6ix9ine is like
he's
Penguin. Yeah, I would honestly say like or Mr. Freeze or something. Like, hey, I'm off on my own. Just I'm not trying to fuck with nobody.
Well, he could be Mr. Freeze because apparently he did get arrested. Part of the arrest was for doing ice, aka meth. Look how I wrote that in.
Touche.
That's professional podcasting here that we're doing, brother.
And it's like, hey, I gotta pretend I'm big and strong and shit, but like, I'm in a suit. Like, Mr. Freeze, bro. Like, here's some hot water. Like,
I just imagine him walking in with the rainbow braids.
Oh, Mr. Freeze, come on over. I'm Batman. You know, Bruce Wayne plotting. Hey, blah, blah. He doesn't know, obviously. Oh, Mr. Freeze, we're having a charity. Okay. My heater's at 85, bitch. Walk in my room.
Diddy's just lubing up, getting ready for the event.
Oh, yeah. He's on his hands and knees crawling.
Diddy doesn't even walk or run anymore. He just slithers around in his own baby oil.
Nah.
Over here.
It's like, slip aside, baby. Come here. No. Hell.
That's like something out of scary stories you tell in the dark. Like, Diddy comes crawling off from around the corner.
What was it?
He's a land seal. What is this guy? Back to your cell.
No human centipede. No.
I make song with R. Kelly. No.
Mm-mm.
Don't get him started.
I can sing. No. God damn.
I believe I can. No. There's no flying in here.
You hear 6ix9ine? I can give you the chorus.
The only flying that you're going to get is the flies on your mashed potatoes. Now sit down and fucking eat that food.
Well, Diddy not eating this food. He's scared.
It's poison, brother.
Well, I would be too.
It's poison, dude.
Well, I wouldn't. Shit, I could I'll fast.
It's a shoot in that cafeteria.
When's my court date? 60 days? I'm fasting. Give me water. Out of water bottles.
Oh, goodness.
Like, oof.
Yeah, there's just glad to have Young Thug home.
Oh, yeah.
Arkham Asylum's obviously going batty right now. No pun intended. Not full pun intended.
Can't live in the metro Atlanta area. Can't be in that area. No talking to gang members besides Gunna and his brother.
Yeah, they limited his resources.
Not really. You can go to any other studio besides in this 45-mile radius. You can go anywhere in the country besides this 45-mile radius of this city, and don't text a gang member's phone.
He's got to delete a lot of contacts, I would imagine. Probably just get a new phone, new number. Who this?
Well, that's what you do. And then you say, oh, my brother runs.
Somebody sends you that squirt gun emoji, you block them.
Well, no, that's my brother's phone now.
I see what you did there.
I've been in jail.
You cooking, you sauteing.
I'm keeping all my contacts.
I got you right there. You stove topping it right now.
I'm keeping my contacts. You got me fucked up.
Well, to pivot into a different thing that I kind of wanted to bring up to you, one of the things I wanted to mention on this episode of Pull Up a Chair. Well, I know it's been a while since we tapped back in, and since then, the Guardians did face the Yankees, and unfortunately, they did fall to them.
And then the Yankees choked on a bag of dicks.
They did. Big old bag.
That's more...
Big old Nathan's bag of dicks. Pause.
It's like, okay, so obviously it's always Cleveland against the world. Like, if you're a Cleveland fan, like, big rival Yankees, obviously. So, like...
Money versus heart.
And, like, all right, cool. You guys got past us, but, like, oh, is that your World Series? Oh, you're just here to beat us? Like, Brett, your cap was $320 million. Ours was $126. And you should have beat us. We weren't supposed to be here. Oh, but what happened when you were where you were supposed to be? Ooh, weird. Wow, Yankee. Oh, you guys were all high and mighty when you beat the Indians and shit. But
now when you get to the World Series,
looking like P. Diddy. Like, what? Like, and I like the Dodgers.
Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani.
Probably go down.
He was looking at those Yankees pitchers like, put the fries in the bag, bum.
No, he did not do well.
No, yeah, he didn't.
But neither.
I could have said Freddie Freeman and that would have worked. But I wanted to say Ohtani.
Well, the thing is, Shohei did until the World Series, and then not a slump, but like he couldn't hit.
Ohtani sounds like a nice noodle.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's Japanese.
I want nice Ohtanis.
So it was like Freddie was hurt at the end of the year and the beginning of the season, like beginning of postseason with his foot.
So I had him get injured at the end of my fantasy baseball season, 9-time fantasy baseball champion.
So it was when Shohei hit that little slump in the World Series. Freddie stepped up though.
Oh yeah, that's when he hit that walk-off sucker and held the bat like, put the fries in the bag, bum.
He said, "Hey, it's cool. I'm gonna pick you up. Shohei, you're not hitting. It's cool.
Boom.
We're teammates. Yankees. It's
hit that dinger.
It's like I feel like they're more individual. To where it's like all the Dodgers were playing as a unit. Like
where the Yankees are like, I'm Soto, I'm Judge, I'm Stanton.
You can even say it as like looking for the home run shot rather than like I tell you in the game, like hitting is contagious. Like let me.
Sometimes you just want to keep getting people on base.
Hey, I'll take my singles. Someone will get home eventually. If I hit 3 singles, someone getting in. But if you always looking for the home run shot, it's like, would you rather have 4 layups or 4 shots at a 3, but you don't know if you're gonna at the 3 you could hit 1 of 4 or 4 of 4. Layup, I'm damn near 4 of 4.
Instead of going for the dinger, sometimes play the slow.
And I feel like the Yankees.
And if you get the dinger, you get the dinger.
It's like Yankees didn't have the camaraderie or
camaraderie.
Yeah, I don't know. I slurred it.
Potato, potato, tomato, tomato.
Suck my dick.
Tomato, tomato.
Like they didn't have each other's back type shit for like when Judge wasn't hitting in the World Series. You guys have the.
You think Judge hit Soto with the super bad skit? You didn't have my back there, man. You really bitched out. I bitched out.
We all bitched out. Like
fucking Judas.
That's what it was like. You guys have the highest people. Them and the Dodgers. Like y'all were both supposed to be there. And Judge has all these home runs, all these power hitters. Okay, World Series comes. You guys have the better pitchers, so it's like, okay, and y'all,
which it didn't show.
Y'all almost got swept, didn't? I think it was 5 games.
Yeah, 4-1.
Like
they showed fight in Game 5, but then they simmered down when it mattered.
But it's like, okay, that's a gentleman's sweep. That's what we call that, a gentleman's sweep. 4-1, like
gave them one in their hometown.
It's like, okay, one, okay. That's the game we had all of our relief pitchers in, and like we bullpen game, and all right, you got one. Next game, okay. But it's like you guys were up 5-2 or whatever, and then they came back in like the 7th,
5th.
Is that when they tied it?
Yeah.
Okay, and then the 7th is like they took the lead 6-5, but they, like after that 4th, 5th inning, they were always hitting. They just weren't getting them in yet. That 5th inning, all right, we're still hitting. Now we're in. Now we're scoring. 6th inning, still hitting.
And that's when the Yankees seem to lose their like whole momentum and confidence. It was like, oh shit, like they're just gonna keep fucking us up.
Demoralizing. It's like Derrick Henry running the ball. Like
you're just like, fuck, we can't do nothing.
After 2 quarters of him fucking lowering his shoulder and hitting you, you're like, fuck.
I mean, the Yankees at one point were even kind of throwing him some bullshit, and they were still hitting it. And you could tell on the pitcher's face, he's like they're damn, he hit the low ball into deep center. Like, fuck, okay.
And the pitcher's like, fuck. If it's like offense and defense, like, well, I know my guys ain't hitting right now, so I gotta go out as a pitcher and I'm gonna strike these motherfuckers out like I'm Wild Thing.
And then you got the Dodgers batters that are just red hot up there, just cranking shit.
Even if they weren't cranking them, they were making the pitcher work.
Knocking them in the field like you were talking about. Making them still have to do pitches and at-bats.
And it wasn't easy at-bats. Like, it wasn't a 3-pitch. Not some pitches, okay, yeah, 3-pitch strikeout. But, like, most, like, 5, 6, 7-pitch at-bats. So, like, your pitchers are getting
tired. I noticed, too, when Freeman would be up, I don't know if it was the plan, but I think the plan in those late innings was, I don't care if you knock it foul, just keep hitting it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when Freddie would just be like, okay, and hit that bitch about 7 times until finally, there it goes, right out into the field.
It's like the movie Signs. Remember that movie? Swing away.
When in doubt, swing away.
Swing away. Hey, I trust, like...
I wonder if, like, when his mom told him that, if, like, he realized that, like, 6 years down the line, he'd have to swing on an alien with that bat. I doubt it. Sorry, that's where my mind went. I got stuck on Signs.
He might have, because if a kid believed in aliens, I've thought about it. Like, how I say...
Okay, when in doubt, swing away. If there's ever an alien invasion...
situations are situations.
In my uncle's crop circles...
Situations are situations.
And my niece that's not born yet is attacked, I will defend her with this baseball bat. Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully
I got it.
You should probably get a gun and learn how to use it. A baseball bat. Okay.
I'm sorry. Sometimes when I get into the movie logic, it throws me off.
But
however, there's a real life movie happening right now. If Jameis Winston can lead the Browns, I know we talked a little bit about the guards. I know we talked a little bit about the World Series, but how about we dive into football, some football? What do you feel about where the Browns are at right now with Jameis? Famous Jameis behind center. How do we feel about it?
He was the best backup quarterback in the league to have on the roster. Like,
do you think he's going to lead us to promised lands?
What's the rest of our schedule? I don't know who. Promised lands? Like,
let's take a look. Got it right here. Handy dandy, nifty little schedule that I got off of a convenience store countertop. Okay, where are we at? Today's date. Cool, got it, found it. November 3rd, we are playing the Los Angeles Chargers at home.
Okay. The Chargers are home or we are?
We are.
What's up? I'm looking up our record right now.
We're 3-5. 3-5?
2-6.
2-6.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Oh wow. We're 2-6. That's rough. Well, I think we beat the Chargers.
We could, yes.
And then we got a bye.
Okay.
And then we go to New Orleans, Big Easy.
I think that's
and we're going to play them November 17th.
I think we can win that.
I think that's 2 win games so far.
Yep.
At home, Thursday Night Football, Week 12, November 21st, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think that's a game we could win.
Really?
Their offense is now starting to hum again, but Jameis,
Famous James?
Everyone remembers him I think he tweeted it for that one season he had when
Famous and Jameson?
He had a shit ton of interceptions, but he also threw for 5,000 yards in that season too.
He also was the guy who went 30 for 30.
And then he said
30 touchdowns, 30 picks.
He got LASIK and now he can see. He was throwing it to, I thought that was my team.
Fuck it, throw it 50 yards.
But
somebody gonna catch it.
What I saw with the difference, he's a gunslinger. He sees
someone. He ain't skittish.
Where Deshaun was he was under pressure from the fans to make the perfect right throw every throw. To where Jameis comes in, bitch, run and catch that bitch.
Just get the ball a couple of yards.
He should have had 3 picks, but they dropped him. At least one.
Kyle Hamilton had the easiest one.
So it's luckily they dropped him and we win, but that's what your offense needs to be able to.
Is a guy that doesn't care about throwing a pick.
No, you got to be able. The defense has to be the defense has to respect you wanting to throw it deep. If you're only taking the short throws, they're gonna be like, all right, everyone play up,
move up.
Right.
Well, after Pittsburgh on Monday Night Football in Denver, Mile High, we got the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
Winnable game for sure. Unless Bo Nix decides to go off. And then we go back to the Berg to play Pittsburgh again. But this time on their turf. December 8th.
I mean, that game, both of them are toss it. I could see it's a winnable game, but it's also a tough rival.
That game sounds a lot better than the one I'm about to tell you afterwards.
Ravens?
Worse. We go back home December 15th to a game that I actually very well might go to, and we play the Kansas City the Kansas City Chiefs. I know you'll be at that game.
Yeah, we're not winning that.
Your boy's going to tear us apart? In his own home city?
No.
In his own home state?
Yeah.
10 days before Christmas, he's Kareem Hunt?
Yeah. He's going to do what he does. I don't know if he's going to tear us apart, but he's going to do what he does.
I think you should tell him that week to just chill out. Actually, don't tell him that. I got him on my fantasy team.
I think, if anything, he circled that game.
To prove to the Browns, should have kept me. Should have made me the one.
Not the one. Yeah, there's Chubb. Nobody's stupid. Everyone knows Chubb's there. It should.
Kareem Hunt goes better.
You didn't think I was worth anything. That's what it is.
And then now he's one of the best running backs in the league statistically wise.
Always is.
Dude's a dog.
Always scores too. Finds end zone.
Well, back to Thursday Night Football, December 19th. We got the Cincinnati Bengals.
Winnable.
For sure. Then Sunday Night Football, December 29th, to end the year. We got the Miami Dolphins at home.
They got Tua back. So that's.
And they still can't do shit.
It was his first week back. Hey.
Yeah, but.
They are cautious play calls.
Look, all I'm saying is if Tua gets one more concussion, I think it's time to cue up the ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Check the wife and kids. Yeah. Too dark?
No, it's it. I mean,
just light enough to get by.
It's football. Did y'all not watch the 90s and 2000s? People literally be on the ground 5 seconds.
But that's when CTE didn't exist, so it doesn't count.
We used to watch ESPN Top 10 biggest hits, and it was just people getting killed.
Fucked up.
It was a segment.
People literally barely catching the ball.
Like-
Bam, blasted.
It's just they're.
But then we end the year playing the Ravens again.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's going to be a toughie. It's going to be a toughie time for the Cleveland Browns, that's for sure. It's going to be toughie time.
That's tough.
I know my fantasy teams with all the injuries this season are getting just hammered and clobbered left and right. It's quite frankly disgusting. Quite frankly. Dude, like everybody's hurt. Like in my one league, I had Collins.
Your voice literally like
defeat.
Like you had passion or like emotion, and it was like, bro, like everybody.
So
I was gonna be like
Nico Collins down, CMC down, Stephon Diggs
he's supposed
down.
to be coming back. CMC though.
Yes.
So like,
because Jordan Mason down. I had his backup fucked up.
Who was doing? You want to put this on over there?
Don Tracy down.
But
I think he was finally good to go this week. Devin Singletary's a bum. He can't do anything.
Hey.
Don't get me wrong. I like the motor.
He ain't a bum. He's just not doing well this year.
Well, then what does that make him? Think about it. Think about it. Think about it.
Okay, hold on. Let me. Situation is a
He's
situational.
a bum.
Look at Justin Fields in Chicago.
Oh.
And then his first games was Pittsburgh.
How about what happened to them last week? Jaden Daniels in his hour that he got to spend in the pocket before he bombed that Hail Mary, and then he said, "Now,
did you see the corner?
Oh, the one that was like, "Yeah, guys, like, shut up, we got this," and then like literally, like the Bears fans were like, "Turn around."
It was the first week NCAA football game was out, college football.
Yeah.
There was a meme that went viral. A dude made a cornerback, like my player, and he was hyping the crowd up, like pumping him up, and your dude turns around, like jumps, and they called hike when he was turned around, and he got burnt. And it was literally like
the same.
Yeah, I was like, you just.
If you're the coach, what do you say to that?
I call timeout when I see it. When I see him acting like a jackass,
you'd be like, and then what? Just be like, all right, you off.
Smack him in his face and tell him to get on the bench, and I'm putting somebody else in. Like, hey, all you gotta do is pay attention. This play, all you have to do is pay attention. And then he was the one that went up and punt. Like,
yeah.
you ain't swatted down.
It was a bad day to be a Bears fan.
You hit it up. You don't. What is this, volleyball? You keeping it up for your teammate? No. You bring that to the ground.
He's like, spike it, dude.
Oh, man.
Well.
Hey, the dude who caught it, though, was a dog for how he just calm, cool, like, walked, like, how he just walked after he caught it and did his, like, not even a celebration. Like,
he was just kind of like, all right.
He looked like Hitman. Like,
yeah, just let it sink in. Like we're all good. Just be calm.
He was just like, that
just happened.
He's like, I did that.
Like that just happened. Let it sink in. Let's not fuck it up. Let's not over celebrate. Let's just keep it contained. Like we're all good.
Just Hitman. Just straight to the mission. Just it happened. Yep, we're out.
He like looks over at his buddy. He's like, champagne when we get to the back. Champagne when we get to the back. He's like, let's just take it easy.
He said strippers on the plane.
Shoo.
Well, this is Washington.
Well, not quite sure where to pivot from there. However, let's just pivot right into how about some new music reviews.
And shout out, hold on, sorry.
This has been a great match in the background,
too. Kraft, Patriots owner, sent his private team plane, for the Dodgers to take back to Cali because they beat the Yankees. Boston and Yankees rival.
That's cool.
I was like, shout out. That sounds like that's fire. So they got a huge, their own private big ass jet, like chartered, like team plane jet, like team plane, not even a jet. That's a team plane.
He said, fuck yeah, to the Dodgers taking the Yankees mask off.
Yep.
Now that helps pivot into the new music reviews, dude. Because I wanted to start off with my album of the month for October. Obviously, we're not going to go into all the music that dropped, just the music that jumped out at us over the last month. But one of my album of the year contenders came out to close out the month of October. Chromacopia.
I haven't listened to
The
shit
new Tyler.
lately. I'm not even gonna lie.
That new Tyler, there's a lot to unpack. I mean, you're not going to get it on the first couple of listens.
That's
I'm
what
still unpacking. But it's his most personal album yet. He doesn't hold back on anything. I mean, he talks about, honestly, abortion. Like, I mean, he talks about like some real
life
shit in there.
It's life.
And like about how he's actually bi. It's not just a joke. He's not just trolling. He's kind of masked it like that for a while. So I was like, oh, wow, he's really like diving into that bag.
And there's gonna be people that are like, oh, he's still trolling.
And the skit about like how he's always talked about like how his dad was never there.
Mm-hmm.
But like he actually has the skit of the mom being like, you know, it wasn't his fault. Like I was bitter at him, so I made sure to keep him away from you.
And when you're growing, like as a kid, you don't.
He didn't hear that until apparently recently. So he was like, hold on, that fucked my shit up. Like the whole time I thought the dude wanted nothing to do with me, which he just gave up at some point because he's like, the mom's not letting me have anything to do with you.
Like, I can, literally, back, especially back in that day, like now is a different time for like people fighting for like the right to see their kid.
Yeah.
But like most states are very mother state. So as soon as they get full custody and full rights. So like,
as a longtime Tyler stan, I was like really shocked to hear that because I was like, wow, there's so many songs where he's like, fuck the deadbeat. And
shout
now
out
it turns out like,
shout out his mom for finally giving him the truth though.
Yeah.
But
thought that was
because it ate at her. That's how much it was eating her. Like it was eating her up so much that it was hurting him.
And she was eventually like, all right, I'm just going to tell him.
Like, he was that hurt from it. Like, and it was all of his music and shit. Like, fuck that deadbeat, blah, blah. And in the end, like, all right, well, technically, he's not really a deadbeat. Like,
Actually.
It was, so she couldn't live with that on her. Like, she couldn't take that one to the grave. Like, you got to clear your conscience. Be all right. So, like, if he wants to go make amends or even have a possible relationship with him, if he's not passed away, you know, he has that opportunity now because like he's not a deadbeat. Like,
so now if Tyler wanted to, he could reach out.
Exactly, like you know what I mean, like. But like, shout out her for
big sign of respect there.
But that's huge for him, like, and his inner trauma and healing and shit, like
to be able to now.
Like,
have that and like kind of sort things out.
When you see shit different in a different, like growing up as a kid, you're like, oh damn, well, I ain't get this,
and like that's why now on the I believe the record's called Kim.
That
because it's the skit.
I could only imagine how. Yeah, I'm sure that gets deep.
Oh yeah, because like stuff that like she ended up telling about how he was. Tyler's like, whoa,
that's
like,
me.
I got a lot more like him than I even would have thought. Like on top of all that, like you said, sorting out the trauma. Now he's like, damn.
And those are probably like, there's some aspects of him that she probably told him like, oh, that's just like your dad or whatever. So he probably hated that about himself because he always hated his dad. So he's like, I don't want anything of me to be like him. Yeah. So he couldn't even like indulge in this side of his own character because he was like, you know what I mean? It's
almost like, where am I getting this from? And then it turns out like, oh, it was kind of just in you. Like, oh, wow. And he never would have got to see that. However, though, he did get to see that he is now the #1 global top artist over dethroning Taylor Swift on Spotify, which I thought that was pretty insane. Like, that's how well the new album's doing.
That's huge.
I mean, he really is great with the rollouts. Nobody
that's
does a rollout.
Though.
That is huge.
Shout out. That's huge.
This is the same guy that ate a live cockroach on a music video 12 years ago.
I mean,
that's amazing.
But that made him pop, though.
It worked.
But that's what I mean. It's like,
he had to eat the roach.
That's, shout out.
Great album, though. You're going to love
that. But like,
that was definitely my album of the month.
I'm happy for him to get that #1 spot on this album, though. Because like, this is the
#1 album, #1 globally streamed artist.
First album where it's like him being
bearing
authentic, like to himself, like exposing his true authentic, and like for it to go 1 immediate, like because at this point,
and you get a variety of a lot of different stuff on there. Like you still get the fun Tyler,
right,
talking about fuck a pronoun, I'm that bitch and I'm that but like
He did,
you also get like the really personal, like the wow, he's really diving into shit.
that, but he didn't like putting this album out when you're committed to it like that. Like you don't care about numbers because you're just putting it out there for artistic, like the artistic side, like not for.
Yeah, you can tell he's solely focused on the art. I mean, he even has that in one of the records about like how he can't find love because he's like, how can I love somebody when they're always going to be my second love because I love this first. Nothing keeps me from this.
That, and it's like
that's why he said he'll probably die alone with just him and all his Grammys. And it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, it eventually. I'm not saying everyone will find.
He's enjoying his single run right now and is starting his 30s.
But he was also hiding his from public side. He was hiding his authentic side. So if he wanted to go out on movies with Guy or something, he couldn't because
people would be like, "Oh wait, I thought you were trolling."
So like, well, now with this album, like, it's dope that they won because it's like people giving him his flowers, type shit. Because he was putting this out for him, not for others. He wants everyone to enjoy it, but it was like, if this flops, I don't care. This is my art, like, you know what I mean? And that aspect of like,
and that's kind of always been how he's handled it. Like, if you remember when DJ Khaled came out, when Igor dropped, I forget what album it was, but DJ Khaled dropped the same weekend. And when the numbers started coming in, DJ Khaled like kind of got like bitter, and he was doing like an IG thing where he's like, "Do you want to listen to real music?" He goes, "Do you want to listen to that weird, funky stuff or whatever?"
Right.
And then when Tyler went number one, he didn't say anything, but when he went number one, he quoted it. And he was like, "Thank you guys for making that weird, funky shit go number one."
Which is fine.
And it was like a fuck you to DJ Khaled. And I love Khaled, but he deserved that.
It was like but when Tyler was doing that weird, funky stuff, there was others mimicking and some others in the music industry also doing it. Where like when Lil Yachty all came out, you know how there's like 7 people that all like, and it's like, bro. Oversaturated.
That was an interesting run.
So now that Tyler was on a hiatus, but a hiatus, and then comes back to drop his most vulnerable album, and
yeah, because between that and between Igor and Chromacopia was "Call Me If You Get Lost," but that was kind of that was a Gangsta Grills, so that was kind of like, I mean, it got obviously great reception and even did well at awards. But like that almost kind of felt to me mixtape-ish.
Yeah.
Where this was like 2 different albums. Love Call Me If You Get Lost. It just felt mixtape-ish.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just.
Which like I love the new West Side Gun album, but it also kind of feels a little mixtape-ish, which just came out. Still,
we've had that debate or topic, not debate, but discussion before. Like, why don't people just? You don't have to make everything an album, like. Or you don't have to make a 28 album.
28 tracks.
Yeah, you can make 12 mixtapes.
That I couldn't listen to in full if you gave me 3 weeks.
Yeah, drop a 8-song mixtape and then a 18-song album. But it's like, everyone's like, if it's done right, I like longer albums are now the thing, obviously.
Looks like that's going to be the theme for a while, too.
Hey.
I mean, you got your people that like to keep it concise, like 2 best drops recently. Freddie Gibbs just dropped a great new album, You Only Die Once.
Well, until Ice Spice
that's
back
37
with like
minutes.
6 songs.
Oh, yeah, and then you got to get the EDM version. You got to get the remixes.
New album, 6 songs.
Icicle Spice.
4 of them already out.
The great Icicle Spice. The one and only. Times Person of the Year, if you ask me.
Hey.
However, though,
that's who you vote.
Is there any music that came out in the last month that jumped out to you, or you've just kind of been? I know you kind of mentioned there for a second. You just kind of been listening to your.
I've been doing podcast runs.
Nice pod run.
Like everybody's though. Like Marshawn Lynch's, he's hilarious.
I've watched that a couple times. You know me, I'm a Rory and Mall 6 feet under guy.
He shouted out Reem. I recorded that and sent it to Reem.
That's cool.
But there was one I forget.
What do you think of it? Let me know. I was going to ask you, though, to follow up, and this will probably be what we close with. Was there any good movies that you've watched recently? Good shows? Anything that you're watching currently? Because I got a list of mine. I've been making sure to keep a list of mine. I went on a movie run, and then I've been watching the shit out of The Penguin. Highly recommend watching The Penguin. That show is gas.
When did that come out?
That came out, I want to say, halfway through September. Okay. They come out with an episode every Sunday.
What's
I
it
think
on?
they're 5 in. HBO Max. Damn. Gas show.
That's the one, like, one of the few HBOs I don't have HBO.
You're on Max?
No. I'm not.
For those that do
Not
have
Max,
Max, Max, do highly recommend checking that out.
There was shit. I need to watch. There's a show on Netflix just came out with season 3.
Oh shit! I don't know.
I'm trying to think of it. It's like a beach shit.
Love Is Blind came out with a new season.
Not that.
I didn't think you were talking about Love Is Blind. That would have been funny if you're like, yeah, Love Is Blind.
I just had the name of it, and it's not Ocean. I don't fucking remember now.
Well, if you're about to say Oceans, I did see Wolves on Apple TV, which is George Clooney and Brad Pitt. That's pretty good. So pretty much people kill people, and then they are called to come and clean that up and make it look like it never fucking happened.
So basically, people kill people.
And then people come up and clean up the people that got killed by the people that wanted to kill people. I thought that was a really good movie. I watched Alien Romulus. I bought that, the new Alien movie. Not one of the Aliens' best movies, but I thought it was pretty good.
Like Alien and Predator? Like Alien?
Yeah, like that.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah, like that timeline.
Okay.
In fact, this one was set kind of early on in the timeline. But the 3 movies, though, that I really wanted to showcase and put a highlight on that are my top 3 highly recommendations movie-wise. And I'm going to go in order from 3rd to 1st. I got to go with Speak No Evil, number 3, as a highly recommendation. That's the movie with James McAvoy. I don't know if you saw the trailer. I'll just give a brief synopsis. The guy from the Split movies, he does the split personality shit. Hi, it's Patricia.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, him. So James McAvoy, he plays this dad who it's him, his wife, his kid, and they go on these vacations and they meet these families and they get cool enough with them, and it's families that need to kind of get on their feet. So he's like, "Oh, you can come stay with me. Don't worry, rent's on me. Just want to make sure you guys are comfortable."
Yeah, that's always a good idea.
Yeah, and actually every family's like, "Hey, this family that we just met last night, honey, what do you think?
They're sweet. Like, let's go.
Should we pack everything up and move to Argentina? Sure." Like, all right, cool. Fuck the house. And then they're losing it anyways.
I didn't like the bet anyway.
But then you got my second movie, though, that I highly recommend is Long Legs. Highly recommend checking that out. That movie, you probably won't understand it until the very end of it, and then you're like, holy shit.
Okay, it's one of
and
those.
then you want to go back and watch it.
Shutter Island.
But yes, very much like Shutter Island, where then when you go back, you pick up certain shit, and you're like, okay, now I get this. Yeah. Highly, highly recommend that. But my number 1 top recommendation to close out movies and TV wise, Anna Kendrick directed and starred in inspired by a true story film called Woman of the Hour. And that's on Netflix. And that's on Netflix. So what that's about, brief synopsis. It's about a dating show that used to happen back in like the mid to late 70s. You get 3 guys on there, but they can't see the girl. The girl asks them questions. Yeah. And by the end of it, they ask the girl, well, who do you want to date? And then they end up, 1, 2, or 3. You see why I'm doing that, because I want to watch that too. 1, 2, or 3. But in this case, the one guy's a fucking serial killer. Somebody in the crowd notices it. And then it becomes like how can we get Anna Kendrick to know?
I know something that I have to inform somebody.
Without him knowing that I know it.
Right.
Because then what happens then kind of thing. And it creates for a great tense movie. Great suspense.
That one sounds...
There's no spoilers, but there is something I see in that movie as far as a kill that I've never seen before in a movie. I've never seen somebody killed that way. Which anytime I see something done in a new way, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Especially with
Touché,
all that.
You give them the props.
Yeah, like I never would have thought of that. Which if you want, I can tell you off mic. If not, I won't, because like I said,
no, I'm gonna watch
check
that actually.
Good, not long either. So it's not like you gotta wait. It's not like a slow burner. It's a good hour and a half in and out. Boom, boom, gets going quick. But no, highly recommend checking that out. And before we close out, then. Thank you guys for being tuned in to Pull Up a Chair. Happy to be back to kick off a blessed, wonderful, beautiful, sleepless Saturday. Pull Up a Chair, episode 89. Whether you're watching this live or watching it later, we appreciate y'all. Please leave comments, like, and hit bells, and all those things that help us all grow together. And with that being said, thank you to Snuka for pulling up a chair with us, jumping back into the simulation.
We always love.
Is there anything you'd like to close out with or talk about before we leave?
No.
But with that being said,
I me on Xbox, Super Fried Snuka. I'll play you and whatever if I have it.
And if you'd like to play a little MLB or Madden or WWE or Gears of War, go to Blonde Bruce Lee, but no E at the end of Blonde. And with that being said, I only got to ask you one last question before we officially close out today. So, tonight we got a loser's bracket. Sleepless Radio episode 220 showdown. Okay. Danathan Daly versus Tucker Tente. Corn versus Kid Rock. He's got Corn, I got Kid Rock. 14 rounds. Who you got?
You know I love Kid Rock.
The American Badass. The early morning stone pimp of the nation.
Wow.
Ball with a ball to bang, diggy, diggy, diggy.
Yeah, I had that in a CD player.
Vote for Trump or only listen to Iggy.
Just age.
No, that's not what the lyrics are.
Just put some age on us. CD player.
Yeah, we did. Damn, I'm looking at CDs over there too, and original movies that even have the little Blockbuster frame to them.
In the hoodie.
Sheesh. Well, with that being said, great crown jewel, great episode of Pull Up a Chair. This Sleepless Saturday has only just begun, my sleepless nights. See y'all later. Keep the love high and the hate low.
Stay blessed and less stress.
Bink, bink, bink. Boom.